Hello and welcome back to Expedition 33. Today we are going to go and face Clair, and we're going to see how that goes. That's our entire goal today, defeat Clair. However, before we do that, we are going to change the build for Lune and Maëlle, as we mentioned last time, because, well, their builds don't work. Their builds are fundamentally flawed at the base level, well, at least at the current level that we're at. Right? Neither of them are doing anything that would ever make us think, hey, you know what I really want in my team? Lune or Maëlle. Currently, I don't want either of them to be anywhere near the main team. I don't know if that's going to change after us redoing their builds, but, well, it's going to make me feel better. So, let's start with Lune. I have written down just the word Kralum. So, we're switching to Kralum. Why? Well, this one allows her to have abilities that do up to 60% extra damage. That's pretty good, I would say. I would say 60% extra damage is not bad on a single ability. Now, is it as good as Minoko's 30% that stacks on itself over and over and over again? No, but I don't think that anything is as good as that. So let's go with Kralum. So this should increase our damage a little bit. Now, the thing about Kralum is that obviously her stats are now completely and utterly messed up, because we need her to have vitality and agility. I'm also going to just boost her, I'm going to boost her weapon. Let me just check some other things. So your weapon, so your weapon's done, your weapon's not done. I think I'm going to boost Verso's weapon. Yeah, I'm going to do his first. Because I think if I push it up first, that makes a lot more sense. Because we're already happy that Verso is fine, right? Like, Verso is as good as Verso is going to be for our playthrough. So we might as well just blast his weapon up to max rank. Yeah. And that does increase, like, his damage by, like... Or at least it increases the power of his weapon by, like, double. So that seems pretty good to me. Seems like a solid little increase. Okay, I don't know why I left that screen. Right, this screen, Kralum. I'm definitely going to upgrade this. Yep. And then I'm going to do it again. Agility, vitality is what we need here. Upgrade attributes. We're going to reset all your attributes back down to the base, to whatever they're going to be. And we're going to see, what did you have before, Lune? So Lune had no vitality before. She was all might and agility. This time, we're definitely going that. That, I think, makes a lot of sense. That then gives her 1,000 attack power. We're going to give her any luck? Does she need crit? I don't know if she needs crit. Let's just do that for now. Let's think about what abilities she's going to have. So, what do we want her to do? In fact, her weapon doing so much damage is actually... Wait, why is it not doing as much as it said it would? That's weird. Did it not say it was going to do 10,000 in here? Is that adding something else? 8,000 from weapon, 1,000 from other stuff. Okay, that's fine. Okay, just wanted to check. Anyway. What do we want her to be able to do in combat? We want her to be able to switch weapon, or switch element type constantly. So we want her to be able to do 4 element types, right? So that she can get the max 60% bonus. We then want her to have other abilities that can be used with a variety of like stains, right? So let's think about this here. Let's just clear all of her skills. Let's assume that all of this is garbage. So what would and we'll go to skill tree. What would a good start be? She also got 14 points. Are you ever going to earn enough to get all? You get 10 more levels. Yes, you literally get enough points for every single ability. That's interesting. Now, Elemental Trick is interesting. Because this one was one that popped up when you were looking at how good Kralum is, or like whether it stacks. This does work with Kralum. However, what it does is it gives you 20% for whatever the first element type of element trick is, which I don't think is really the play. I think that's not really going to work. I don't think that's the way you want to do things. Especially as apparently it's not guaranteed what order these are in. So, let's not do that. Deal extreme damage to all enemies. Each hit deals damage in a random element. I don't think this is the right answer either. I don't think that these are things that are going to necessarily be that good, apart from the fact that it's extreme damage. It's only extreme damage with damage types, which are... because it only boosts the elements that haven't been used, right? So this would only be extreme damage with that. However, this is 8 hits of damage, which will likely be in the other elements. But you also then have to have the stains. Okay. Fire. Very high fire damage that applies 5 burn per hit to all enemies 2 hits. If it consumes these things, it does greatly increased damage. I think we basically have to find like an end, like an ender for our combo. I think once we find the ender, then we can start working on everything else, right? So what's our ender? What do we think we want to do? I mean, I guess Mayhem is a pretty good one, because we're likely going to have a lot of stains a lot of the time. And it is... but it's just neutral damage, I think. Yeah, it's elemental damage. It doesn't say what type of elemental damage. It says elemental damage. Lightning Dance is definitely an option. If we're doing Lightning Dance, we have to give her crit, because otherwise, what are we doing? So that's very high. So this is our only extreme one. That's very high. That's very high. Anything else? No. Okay. So I think it has to be that. What else does she have in here? She has extreme damage to all enemies hit from Skybreak, which is definitely a good, like, that's a powerful move, right? So we can also do that. And the element type depends on what stain she has the most. So getting that to be 60% would be difficult, because you'd somehow need to get stains that don't match the elements that you've used so far. Okay, so let's ignore that. Right. It'll do whatever damage it does if we cast it. Okay. So, our ender is Lightning Dance. Okay. That's fine. I've now got the pen and paper out again, and I'm writing this down. Okay, Lightning Dance. So this is how our combo's going to end. So this is turn 4, Lightning Dance. Okay. So how are we getting to Lightning Dance? Well, we have to get there in a way that gives us green, blue, and red. Ideally, the first move is not going to cost that much, and it can't use these moves. So we can't use Thunderfall or Electrify, right? So let's just stick this one in here. Let's just say that this is going to be Lightning Dance. So we have to get in there in a way that doesn't use Thunderfall or Electrify. So, what's the best fire move for it? The best fire move. Immolation is fine, is very cheap. Wildfire? Fire Rage. I think Fire Rage is obviously the wrong answer, because that one continually casts, right? Hell could be the right answer. It just costs a very large amount of AP. It could be a starter of this combo, and then have a couple turns of kind of like downtime to get back up to 9 for Lightning Dance, but it doesn't seem that consistent. I think Wildfire has to be our correct answer here, right? I think Wildfire has to be our correct answer. And it gives you red and light. It gives you red light. So let's just go red, light, and then it will go for Wildfire. Okay. So that one could potentially go 4th in the combo. So let's just stick Wildfire in there for now. So, before Wildfire, we would ideally want something that's generating us blue, which would be an ice move, right? So Crippling Tsunami would be okay. Typhoon would also be okay. I kind of like Typhoon. So let's chuck in a Typhoon here. right? So Typhoon, it could be Crippling Tsunami, but that would give us Ice Light, right? So that would give us Ice Light, which would then mean that we would have enough to do Lightning Dance, because that would be Red Light plus Ice Light means that we would definitely have enough to do it. The only thing is we need a rock move to start. Our rock move has got to be Rock Slider Crustal Crush, right? Could be Crustal Crush, but then it's quite expensive. If we said that was Crustal Crush, that then means that you can Lightning Dance into it, because Lightning Dance is going to generate you the stuff that you need for Crustal Crush. Yeah. And then that'll generate you the stuff you need for Typhoon, which will then generate you the stuff you need for Wildfire, which will generate you the stuff you need for Lightning Dance. Yes. So this is going to be Crustal Crush, and that'll generate you a green and light. Okay, so that's green light. And then that loops. Okay. So in theory, like, this isn't even like our... Like, none of these are our finisher, because we could do this in any order, right? We could get through this in any order, as long as whenever we start doing damage, we just go around the loop. So that's fine. And we're going to constantly have light being generated as the secondary, which means that in nearly all moments we'll have 2 light stains. Okay, so that means whatever the next 2 are, they can effectively be anything. And if they don't deal damage, it's actually better for us, because then they're not interrupting the elemental stuff. So Healing Light, definitely an option. Target is healed and dispels status effects. Revive is Rebirth is also interesting. It costing nothing doesn't really matter to me. Revitalization is also interesting. We could just go Rebirth Revitalization on it. Yeah, let's just go Rebirth Revitalization. It's a very, very heavy cost, but I think that's worth it. She doesn't need to have a break, because, let's be honest, we're going to have Verso in the team, or we're going to have somebody who's better at breaking anyway. And if we happen to have the gradient stuff, or if we happen to have, yeah, enough gradient charges, so you can use Sky Break to break. So I think that's fine. Yeah. I think that this is the correct move for her. Now, the only problem we have now is that I don't really know what we're going to have in terms of Luminas, but we can work that out. Right. So, now we've done that, I'm going to give her... Let's go for... Is it 54 we reckoned was about the point where it started falling off? Yeah, I think it was 54. And then we can give the rest in might. There we go. Or we could put the rest in defense, which will give more crit. It's not a lot more crit, but a little bit more crit, and then like an extra 100 defense. Yeah, you know what? I don't think she needs the attack power on that. I think that's fine. Okay. So that works for me. We're then going to go back to her, and we're going to work out what things we need here. So what's her speed? Let's take these off, actually. Let's clear these, and let's reset those. Okay. So her speed is 1,000, which is pretty slow. We're looking like 2,000 minimum, so she definitely needs speed. So let's go speed. What have we got? Combo attack does give quite a lot of speed, even if she's not going to use it. Critical weakness is actually something that is probably good on her, because we're switching between different things so often. Although this one, you lose a tiny bit of speed, you get a lot more crit. Let's go for Rush on Powerful there. Yeah. Could give her even more speed if we go for something like Combo Attack. I'd love to give her speed and health, though. When have I said that before? Yeah, let's do Empower... Oh, you already have that. Or somebody already has that, sorry. How far down am I going? Pro Retreat? Powerful Heal? I think Powerful Heal has to be it instead of Pro Retreat. At least this has some benefit. I mean, we're only losing 3 speed to do that. And it has some benefit. Does she just need more speed? No, she needs defense. She needs something that gives her high defense here. Solo fighter could be it. Huge amount of health, huge amount of defense. The other option is that you take at Death's Door, which we probably won't use the effect for, but the defense and crit is nice, and it would give her 100% crit. Yeah, that would give her 100% crit. The other option is Solo Fighter, which is like not quite as much crit, but a lot more tankiness. Maybe I'll take Solo Fighter. There we go. Gives her the tankiness. Right. So, now we're going to sort by favorites. We have to take Painted Power. That isn't an option. I think she realistically has to take Warming Up, because like that also doesn't seem like an option. And then she needs AP. Energizing Turn is quite a nice way of generating a lot of extra AP. The problem is the thing that gives you like a ton of AP is 40. Right? Sorry, back in here. Didn't mean to leave that one, I just accidentally went one thing too many. Energizing Parry is also fine. Because if I sort it by point cost, right, Energy Master is obviously insanely good on her right now, because that would give her quite a lot, and I'd love to justify it. So I'm just working out how I can. I could justify it, because she doesn't actually need any of the rest of this. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, we're going to give her Energy Master. Sort by favorites again. Critical Break is definitely interesting. I think Augmented Counter 3, though, is probably what you're looking for. And then you take Defensive Mode because you want to live, right? And then we sort by point cost. We go to the bottom and we see if we've got anything else that seems useful. Break damage with free aim shots. Nah, I think you take Dodger, probably. There we go. So I think this makes sense. The obvious problem is, if you're facing an enemy that doesn't attack AoE very often, she's not going to have the AP to, like, actually be able to fight. But, on the positive side, when she does a turn, it's going to be really, really good. So, yeah, I think this is what you do. If you wanted to make this better, what would you do? Take a bunch more points in Luminas and give her a bunch of things that give AP. That's what you would do to make this better. Yeah. I think that's fine. Oh, I didn't even realize we're taking powerful heal and apply rush on applying powerful. That's actually kind of fun. So that means that her heal with revitalization is actually really good. Okay. So that is Lune. Mael. Mael. Your entire build needs to be scrapped. Everything we've been here before. So let's scrap this build. Let's just scrap it. And what I've got written down for you is gradient. So we want to somehow give you a build which is going to generate a ton of gradient for people. Then did we have a weapon that did that? I didn't write down a weapon, which would have been much more useful. Applying shell also applies shield. Could do something like that, I suppose, and then also have it be something that gives I'm just wondering, you could do that and have it be something that also generates extra gradient as well. Applying shell applies one shield. Applying shields give AP. On switching to Virtuos, double all shields. Also a shield giving ability. Or a shell giving ability, sorry. That's guard up. Uh-huh. Is that it? Is that the only thing she's got that can apply shell? Okay. Duration is extended by ongoing shell. That's her taking damage in place of allies. I don't think that's a good move. Yeah, so that's it. That's the only thing she has. So we'd have to take guard up if we did that, which is a offensive option. So you could guard up, apply shell, switch to using Phantom Strike, which puts you in defensive. Virtuos at some point from that. If you virtuos from that, you double the shields. Then it's time to reapply shell and you go back to guard up. But that means in virtuos you're not actually dealing any damage unless you come out of it. It would have to be guard up, phantom strike, virtuos, phantom strike, guard up, phantom strike, virtuos, guard up, phantom strike. That would be the only way that build would work. Is that something I'm interested in? Maybe. You would end up with a lot of shields, right? Like, that's obviously the benefit, is you'd end up with a lot of shields. And the better you are, the better that gets. Because every 4 turns, you'd end up doubling all your shields. And you'd be applying them constantly. It's not bad. Seeing our other options. In virtual stance, every burn applied is doubled. See, I mean, you could do this one, and then you could constantly apply burn and, like, apply a ton of burn. But you run into the same problem we had with my L's build, where it just doesn't work. Glacium is one that we thought about. The only problem with this one is that it doesn't, like, do any damage, essentially. And the problem with this one is that when you're in defensive, critical strike is value, it goes down. Or we go for Batlum, which is double gradient generation while in defensive stance. And you basically just continually spam the same moves. I guess that could work. So double gradient generation while in defensive stance. So you'd need something that generates you gradient outside of, like, your abilities, right? Because because the only ability that generates gradient as a, like, by itself is Phantom Strike, right? Nothing else has gradient written on it. Nope, nothing in here. Yeah, so nothing in here has gradient written on it. So you need something else that generates you the gradient. Let's go to Luminas and let's just see if we got any. Let's sort by alphabetical. Let's assume that we might have something that says gradient in here. Gradient and break. Gradient charge on breaking a target. Okay, that's hard to, like, get going. Anything else that says gradient? So I'm just going to start at the bottom and then work our way up. Gradient, 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 gradient. Might be missing something, but I'm trying to do this with both quickly and accurately, which obviously doesn't work. Energizing gradient? No, that's not what we're looking for. No critical gradient? No, don't think so. Charging critical? There you go. 20% of a gradient charge on a critical hit. Once per turn. That's how you get it. Gradient charge on hitting and weakness as well. Gradient charge on using an item. And then charging counter. Yeah, so those are your gradient ones. Okay, I think we can do this. Right. So let's start by going Batlum, and we'll level that as much as we can, which is probably just going to be a singular point. I am a little low on craft material, but we can maybe find some. Because it is the top level crafting material we need, which shouldn't be impossible to find. Oh, my L. There we go. Right, it's defense and luck that scales off of. Well, let's go find some. Right? Let's go find some crafting material, because we don't have to do anything. We don't have to do it here. Where do I think there's going to be crafting material? That's an interesting question. That is going to be back here. I think in the flying area, as in, like, in the third Axum area, there was somewhere that sold that. As in there's somewhere that sells a whole bunch of stuff. I just can't remember where it is. Which is embarrassing, but, you know, there you go. Yeah, I think that has to be where we're going. That makes sense to me. Right, trying to also see through the cloud. Okay. Over here, and all the way in. Wonderful. Right. Then we're looking for... yes, one of these. Wonderful. It's not going to be Elysia. It's not going to be... Could it be Foggy Area? I thought it might be Peak. Plus Peak is... Peak's just before Elysia, right? Yeah, so it's not going to be there. Let's go down. See if I can remember on the way down. Right. I'm assuming this is taking me down. Although, it doesn't seem to be. Yeah, on the positive side, as long as it takes me alongside the edge of the map, I can have a look around and say, like, okay, can I see a merchant? Can I see a merchant? You know, as we're going around the edge. Then we're over here. Okay. Cannot see. This must be the foggy area. Right. Thought there was a merchant back here somewhere. Might be wrong. Nope, no merchant here. Completely ignore the enemy. There we go. Maybe up this way? No. Don't think so. It's along there. Okay. This is about to get back to the flag. That's the wrong way. This way. No, I don't think this is right. Okay, I'm going to try and find a merchant and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I didn't find any merchants in the third Axon area, but this guy exists in Renoir's dreams and he also sells what we need, so... Right. Let's trade. We also can see if he has anything else that we really need. I think this is what I want, right? Level 32. He only has 5 of them? Oh no. We might have to find another. Okay, let's buy those to start with. Has he got anything else that we need to upgrade? AP on turn start. It's interesting. It's a lot of speed on one. AP on successful parry that gives you 6,000 health. Ooh. Defense speed. Ooh. I gotta buy some of these. Like, these are the real trick. This is how we get much stronger. Aga's revival, I think, is... Yeah, I think that's needed. I think this one's probably needed as well. Kinda think that's needed. Right. I'm not gonna spend too much, because obviously I still need some to buy the rest of what we need, but... Let's leave here, and let's run back up. Okay. Let's see how far off I am in terms of weapon. So, upgrade weapons. Mael. Well, that got us 1 level. Let me see if I can find any more. Okay, I got the location of 2 more. And these 2 are the only 2 that might actually sell what we need. Also, Lune. We can now maybe replace something with Energizing Turn if we wanted to. I don't feel like I want to. Yeah. We maybe could. Let's just see what everyone else has got going on here. Oh yeah, I haven't set anything up for you yet. But let's look at people who like are higher in priority. Yeah, so we could potentially upgrade something here. How about you? AP on base attack, we could upgrade here to defense and speed, or just pure speed. Just pure speed is actually quite nice for her. Yeah, loses a little crit, but who cares? I mean, she's at 94 crit. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's just do that for now. Okay, back through here. Did I ever reset second chance, by the way? Like, Verso has that again, right? Nope. Who has second chance? Nobody. Okay, Verso can have second chance back then? Yeah, it seems good to me. Right. This is the wrong area. There is a flag in here, though, right? I'm not crazy. Might be separate things. Yeah, ignore the Simon in the corner. That's what we're going to say here. Oh yeah, we have to do the jump down as well. It's going to take a while. Let's just go back. I just completely ran past the flag I needed to leave at. Right. Okay. Up here. And up here. And in we go. Back through this way. Anyway, as I'm saying, I totally know where I'm going for these two things. Okay. Let's go in this one. Back to the continent. That's what we're after. Right, we'll get there eventually. So now we leave here, and we are gonna go working out where we are. Which one's quicker? I think the quickest one here is the Endless Night Sanctuary, which we've been to before. I don't think we bought the Grandiose Chroma Catalyst there. I think we bought the Resplendent Chroma Catalyst there. So the previous tier. So we should be good to buy the Grandiose here. I think. Could be wrong. If not, like, it's not that big a search. So this one? Also, going into Renoir's Dreams, I noticed it's no longer marked as dangerous for us. Which implies that the game is saying, you know what? Go for it. You're the right level. It's also interesting. Right. Over here. All the way in this way. Okay. Up the hill. And I think he was along here, right? Yes, he was. Wonderful. Hello there. Okay, there we go. We want to buy all of these. That gives us 7, which should mean that we are like 2 off. The only way I think we can get these apart from these merchants is maybe by redoing the fights in the Endless Tower, but I wanted to avoid that. Just because they're going to take a while. I assume we might get some actually from defeating Clair, but let's not worry about it. Also, the really disappointing thing is I actually don't think either of these two that we're currently boosting up are good for Clair. Because I think that for Clair we want the stacking damage. Because we want to be at as strong a point as we can. As in, we want the stacking damage because if she ever heals up, we want to be able to completely undo that on the next turn. If that makes sense. We want to completely just destroy her with our stack damage. While if she heals and we've got people who don't have stacking damage, what it means is basically if she heals up, we're back to square one. But stacking it means we've earned something through the fight. If that makes sense. Like Minoko will have stacked up 30% multiple times rather than having stacked up 0. Anyway, next place we're going is the Flying Manor, which I think is over here.
Hang on tight.
think it might be that one right there. Let's go find it. In fact, wait a second. The Flying Manor is also where Clair is. This worked out perfectly. I didn't realize it until right this second, but actually this works out pretty much ideally for us in terms of location. Right. Wait. How do we... Oh, there we go. Got lost. Okay, so the merchant we're looking for here is up the lift to the left. I think. I think it's that one right there. And this will then take us back to... yeah, this will take us back to that kind of area that had 4 different paths, and then one of those paths is a merchant. Cool. Right, let's go. So I think it's forward and then left here. All the way in here. And then immediately we're going left. To see the merchant. Hello, merchant. I need all of your grandiose chroma. Also, you got anything else I want? Each successful parry increases damage by 5% until the end of the next turn. Oh, you have some very interesting stuff, actually. I wish I had more money. Break damage increased by 50%, but base damage reduced by 20%. I would say, oh, that's for Minoko. Actually, Minoko doesn't even need that. I think he's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I think Minoko's actually absolutely fine without that. I already have the higher level of those. I guess I could buy an upgrade for Elarum if I wanted to, but let's not worry about it. Right, and now we go back this way, back to the flag. We upgrade the weapon, and then we finish our Mael builds, and then we go and kill Clair first time. I'm actually feeling a little bit more confident about the Clair fight. And the only reason I'm feeling more confident is I think Clair heals for 1.5 million, which at the time was a pretty big deal, because it meant that if we did 200,000 damage a turn, we were in big trouble. But Minoko can deal like 3 million in a turn. So if she heals 1.5 million, that's not actually that bad. Is there a flag here? There is. Perfect. Right. Let's do it. Upgrade you. And then we can upgrade to the top level with our perfect chroma catalyst. Right. Then attributes. IL. Defense, luck. We're going to go for full luck because it's what her weapon scales off of. Because if we did half of it, you'll see the... Or if we did the half here, you'll see we're still missing quite a lot of damage, I think. I mean, actually, you know what? Let's upgrade these. So if we go to max, she's getting 11% crit. And she's getting 900 damage. What happens if I put 45 points into might? Just as a what if. It's about the same damage. Okay, so it's strictly better than putting points into might. That's all I needed to know. Vitality would be good for health and only health. I think she needs agility, so I'm kind of thinking we do this, right? I think this makes the most sense for her, because we know that from a damage standpoint, it's strictly better to do luck than might. Agility is needed for the speed, and vitality we can get elsewhere, because it's just health. Yeah, I think that makes sense for her. And then she's continually upgrading her weapon damage with that. Good. Ability-wise, has she got the abilities we need her to have? Yes, I think so. Although payback is actually something she should have, now I think about it. Yeah, I think she needs payback as well. Because it gives her an ability that could cost quite a low amount of AP for quite a high amount of damage. I'm not taking Stendhal because I was told it's too good. Yeah, I think that's fine. Right. So, Mael. Payback is your break ability, so put it bottom right. She needs to have... Where are we? Not Momentum Strike, not Burning Canvas. Phantom Strike, there we go. Phantom Strike. We want her to have something that causes... Yeah, so that gives her generation. On her something that does crit damage that will generate the extra radiant on this turn, right? So weakness or critical hit. Or counterattack. Weakness, critical hit, counterattack. Well, we know that this will probably crit. So I think Gustav's Homage makes a lot of sense for her. Because just going between those two is a pretty sensible move. Sword Ballet, critical hits deal double damage. The thing is, we will never want to use that because we're always going to go back to Phantom Strike with our defensive. So our defensive is always going to be Phantom Strike unless it's payback, right? And payback is only going to be if it costs a small amount. Breaking Rules, I still think, has its exact same purpose it's always had. So that's fine. So you want something that allows her to switch to... Yeah, you basically just want something that allows her to switch to something else that's cheaper. Use medium damage. Does medium damage to all enemies. Applies defenseless. I guess applying defenseless is fine, but Breaking Rules doesn't really do anything by itself. It's just there to remove shields, so you shouldn't think about it as like an actual thing. Paralyze won't do anything because it's in defensive, so we'd always use Phantom Strike. Rain of Fire is potentially worth it. I think Rain of Fire is potentially worth it. I think that's potentially fine. Is that our choice? It's either that or we take Guard Up. And we Guard Up if we don't have enough for Gustav's Homage. I mean, that's potentially fine as well. But we have better ways of applying that. Mezzo Forte. I guess we want to take Mezzo Forte in like here. And then probably take Rain of Fire. So here's our playbook for her. If they have shields, we use Breaking Rules if we are on... Or actually, let's start somewhere else. Phantom Strike. If we are not in defensive mode, we will use Phantom Strike. If we do not have enough AP to do anything else, we'll use Mezzo Forte. Anything else includes using an item, but Mezzo Forte. Rain of Fire, if we have 5 AP. Gustav's Homage, if we have 8. Payback is if we don't have enough for Phantom Strike or if we need to break. Breaking Rules is if they have shields. That's our stuff there. That actually seems perfectly fine. Okay, Pictos. She needs speed. Just as all of them do. You got anything that's good here? I guess Aegis Revival's good. She doesn't actually have any reses, but that's fine. She needs more speed. Guess you could do something Greater Powerless. I quite like the defense on that, so I think I will. And then we want something that gives her health. So, Energizing Parry, just a huge amount of health. There you go. Huge amount of defense, huge amount of health. Speed's pretty good. Right. Let's go favorites. We know she's got all the charging stuff on, which is fine. All of it she has a potential of being able to trigger. I think augmented counter makes sense. Base shield. Oh, painted power. Yeah. Honestly, base shield is not that bad. Like, that works. She's not really about the damage here. Shield affinity is quite nice as well with base shield. Means she can't have warming up, but if she has 30% extra damage, does she need warming up? I don't know. What we got? We got 10. Critical break is quite nice, because it means that we will be doing a lot more break damage, which I guess is cool. Then you're looking for a 5 cost, that's good. Good roulette. We know that roulette technically is a damage up. Like, we know that's true. Is it something we're happy with? I guess it is technically a damage up. Like, gradient charge on braking doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's take roulette. It's technically a damage up, and most of what she does is multi-hit, so actually that works out pretty well. Okay. That is Maëlle. That's Lune. And that's us ready. Now, what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to do this. I'm going to assume that we're going to be exploratory on our first run. So we're going to go for Verso, Maëlle, and Lune, and then at least we can try like their builds out a little bit as well. And then, once we get more serious, then we can go in and do a proper run on Clair. Oh, let's just go and click the flag so we've definitely saved. Right. Proper run at Clair. Let's go. So, do I remember any of the fight? Kinda. Like, not fully. I think would be my description of this one. Oh. Okay. Around here. And let's go.
It can't be.
Verso.
Clair.
Brace yourselves.
Ow. Okay. She heals her million, so we don't have any, like, AP at all here. Which I didn't really have a thing for, but I guess I'm gonna use Mezzo Forte.
My turn.
Okay. Perfect recovery is our ideal here. I ran out of AP, I just realized. Okay. Not ideal. The only thing I am able to do is either Revitalization or Wildfire. You know what? Let's just Revitalization to start here.
Everybody, let's go!
It's fine. It gives us Rush and Powerful.
Please survive.
Oh, okay, I see.
Lune, watch out.
She's dead. Yep. Yep, nothing I could do there because she was stunned. Revive.
Not leaving you behind.
Okay. Perfect recovery. Wildfire, I think, is where we start. So if we're starting at Wildfire, next thing we should do is Lightning Dance, in theory. Okay. Stunned again. Dead again. Okay, as I said, the first run's going to be exploratory.
Still need your help.
Brace yourselves.
There's a counter. Nice. Okay. Steel Strike, there's a good chance he just doesn't attack Verso.
Prepare for oblivion. Oh well.
Okay, never mind. He's back in a second.
Let's finish this.
Okay. Paradigm shift.
Let the ink flow.
So after wildfire, I should in theory use lightning dance, but I don't have enough AP, so I guess I just attack.
This will hurt.
Cool. She gets her first turn. Let's use Phantom Strike here. Hey, it hits weakness as well. Wow. That also charges gradient on that.
Careful now.
All right, doing well so far. And paradigm shift.
Parry it.
Bye, Verso. Okay. Rebirth Verso.
A brilliant light.
Cool.
The dance begins.
Still stunned. Okay, that's
Careful,
good.
Verso.
Almost. Okay.
Brace yourselves.
There's our counter. Nice. Perfect recovery. Heals and removes our negative there. She's still out. Okay. I can start with anything I want. I want to start with Presto Crush then.
Let's shake the earth.
Nice. Disturbing.
Okay.
Musical. Oh, she's dead. Because she's still stunned for some reason. Don't know why she was still stunned, but I mean she was, so.
Let's carve a path.
Right, Angel Eyes. Cool. Followed by Res.
Don't die next time.
Lune,
Creepy
watch out.
Nevrons. It's another counter.
Elements dance.
Okay, after Crustal Crush, I really want to use Typhoon. Although actually, I don't know if Typhoon messes with it, because it does damage per turn, but... let's not worry about it. She's stanceless, so therefore we use Phantom Strike. Cool. Creepy. Countered.
Maximum damage.
Shoot once. Steel Strike. After this, I want to go for Wildfire. Cool.
Incoming.
Musical. Okay. She heals, but not all the way. Okay. On this turn, I want to use Gustav's Homage. Yes, that makes sense here.
For Gustav.
And I'm at max gradient, so I probably should have used the gradient thing there. But that's fine.
You're outmatched.
Okay, so she's resistant to that. Alright. Good to know.
Lune, careful.
Countered.
Overflowing with energy.
And then on this turn, I'm thinking about Lightning Dance. Yeah, Lightning Dance would make the most sense this turn. Let's do it. Okay, it's like 1,000,000 damage. Gradient attack. I could use Phoenix Bird. Let's use Phoenix Burn. Just to apply 10 burn.
I'm ready.
And then I can't use Phantom Strike, I don't have enough for it. Ah, I just use Mezzo Forte then. I didn't realize I was that low on AP actually. Oops. Creepy. And countered. Can't Steel Strike because I have no AP, but I could Defiant Strike.
Now's our chance.
Okay, now I Crusto Crush.
Let's shake the earth.
Following her path. Cool. Musical. Okay, well that's a heal. Right, Phantom Strike.
Mitre.
Cool. Shoot down to 2 and then heal. There we go.
Let us stain them.
Could use something like Tremor here if I wanted to, but in theory I'd want to use Typhoon. I can use Lightning Dance though, so let's do that instead. Cool. Powerful. Counter. I don't want to use Gommage, because every time I use it, I'm like, but what if it kills? So I'm going to use Virtual Strike instead.
Finesse and grace.
Okay, I can't use Phantom Strike, but I could use Rain of Fire. Cool.
Ready to parry.
Ready to strike.
Okay. Yeah, shoot up to S. Then Paradigm Shift.
Good.
Okay. Wildfire would be fine because I've done Earth, Lightning, and then Fire. I still don't know if Tremor is messing it up each turn, but I didn't say I got Kralum off that actually, so. Wrong timing on the final bit. She's gonna heal back up. Okay, Mael, I'm gonna need you to not be stunned. If that's alright. Defiant Strike.
This will hurt.
Let the ink flow.
Could redo that. I could Revitalization as well. Do that
Let's
instead.
keep going.
Right.
Please survive.
There's our counter. Does 1,000,000 damage. Mael's still stunned. Okay, musical. My worst one. Hey, I did it. Alright.
You're outmatched.
You know what? Honestly, just Angelize me. Although, wait, it's resistant. But you know what? It's still 500,000
Let's
damage,
carve a
so
path.
what am I complaining about? Steel
Prepare
Strike?
for oblivion.
Chroma is flowing.
Crusto Crush? Just use whatever I have up, I think. Actually, is my new thing, Lune. Try and do it in order, but use whatever's up. Powerful. Counter. Mael's still stunned? Oh, she's back. Okay.
Please
Creepy.
survive.
You know, the positive is at least the amount of time my L
Let's
was
call
out,
it
they
pop.
didn't attack my L in. Okay.
Let's keep going.
Typhoon.
The eternity of ice. Let's keep going.
Violent? Oh, that's new. Ow. That's new. Not seen that one before. Phantom Strikes.
I'll manage.
Okay, Defiant Strike.
Let's
Revitalization
push
if I can here.
forward. Let's keep going.
Although Typhoon does heal. Honestly, just heal yourself. The other two have shields. Everyone's from the deep. Okay. Well, I don't know those ones.
Let's finish this.
Let's figure this one out here. I think it is Mezzo Forte, right? Based on my rules. Musical. Oh, I've seen this one before. Oh, she had
Let the
shields. I
ink
could have just
flow.
I could have broke through the shields. Oh well, we did anyway. Wildfire. Nice. Strike Storm. Okay. Gustav Samaj. Cool. Creepy. Right. Lightning Dance? We don't have the stuff for it, but it is the right one to use in turn order. Yeah, you see, it just does so much less because we don't have the stain cell for it. Yeah, so I guess we should just use whatever we have the stain cell for. Okay. Had zero idea what the Nevrons even were there. Angel Eyes. Give us our free res.
Let's carve a path.
Followed by Defiant Strike. Mezzo Forte. No, let's just res. There we go.
Sorry I failed.
What's next?
Let's
Powerful.
dance.
Ow. Bye, my elf. She lives!
Chroma's flowing.
Okay. Heal. Paradigm shift. Musical. Okay, still stunned and still stunned.
Lune, careful.
Okay.
The elements dance.
Prosto Crush. Let's go.
Cut him down.
Steel
Prepare
Strike.
for oblivion.
Still stunned. Okay.
Lune, careful.
Countered.
I'm ready.
Okay. So it ends with the end of Jar's combo. Right. Typhoon.
The eternity of ice.
Cool.
Careful, my L.
Alright, I think I can maybe get that one down.
Incoming.
And countered.
The dance begins.
Phantom Strike.
Prepare for annihilation.
Let's carve a path.
Okay. Angel Eyes. I'm not using it even for the resonance one. I'm just using it for the damage and the way to get back to S. Phantom Stars.
Phantom stars.
Cool. Lightning Dance.
Lightning dance.
I know we skipped Wildfire. I just thought this might be more. Okay. Everyone's from the deep. That's definitely parryable. Yeah, that's not impossible at all. That
Time
one's
to hit big.
very possible. Breaking rules to get rid of the shield. Also gives us AP if we needed
Ready to
it.
strike.
But it didn't, but, you know. Paradigm shift.
Let us stain them.
Into Wildfire, which should be our final Kralin. I think there. Yeah. As I said, that one seems parry. Like, that one seems very, very possible. The Agile, I have no idea what's happening. That one, good idea about what's happening. Okay.
Careful now.
It seems like I'm not landing quick enough to parry on that one. I don't know if that's making sense, but it's definitely seeming like I'm not landing quick enough to actually get the next parry
Let's
off.
carve a path.
The jump. Maybe I have to jump early on that or something.
Good.
Okay, so I should restart and cross-style crush here. Cool.
Get ready.
Agile. Okay. Yeah, I just have like huge trouble actually seeing that one. Wait. Res?
You're outmatched.
Define or paradigm shift. There we go. Attack.
Ready to parry.
Okay, I just need to parry like extremely early. Oh, that froze someone?
Let's spill some.
On my L. Oh, wonderful. Well, that's gonna work well.
Oh well. Time
go.
to end this.
Steel strike. Lightning dance. Cool.
Brace yourselves.
Okay, I almost got that whole thing.
This will
It's
hurt.
only because I misunderstood where one of the attacks was coming from
Let's
that I missed it.
dance.
Oh, she is so dead. Except that you can parry that one at that point.
You're outmatched.
Okay, Defiant Strike. Crystal Crush.
Let's shake the earth. Careful, Mael.
Awesome.
This will hurt.
Phantom Strike. There's our counter. I'm going to try something different this time. I'm just going to leave him with Steel Strike. I'm going to see what Skybreak does. Let's see what Skybreak does here. $2 million damage. Okay, I'm starting to think that Skybreak might be the better answer here, and then maybe just follow it up with a Lightning Dance. Yeah, that seemed pretty good. Okay.
Careful now.
There's that countered. Mezzo Forte? Yeah.
Bring it on.
Everyone's from the deep. And there's our counter, followed by Steel Strike. Nice.
So much potential.
Crystal Crush here?
Let's shake the earth.
Gustav's Homage. From the deep. Oh, it's different from the deep though.
You're outmatched.
You just stole my L. Alright, so we have to break to get her back, obviously. Phantom Stars. Ow. First was bad. Okay, Wildfire.
I'll do it.
Ow. Oh, Verso gets a bunch of Last Stand stuff because he still has solo stuff on, which I didn't realize. Rez.
You can do better.
Okay. And... okay, she heals again. Back up.
Overflowing with energy.
Typhoon.
The eternity of ice. Don't fall.
Just try it.
Okay. Healed again. Strike Storm. Right.
Just try it.
Okay, I got my timing all wrong on that one still, but
We've got work to do.
it's okay. Lightning Dance. Right. Defiant Strike.
Just try it.
There's our counter.
Overflowing with energy.
Skybreak.
Doors of Chroma. Open! A storm
Okay.
is coming.
Crusto Crush.
Let's shake the earth.
Back down to half HP. Getting there.
Just try it.
Counter.
Time to end this.
Phantom Stars. Continuing to almost get there.
I'll do it.
Okay. I can get some of that, not all of it still. Okay. Crusto Crush. Our goal is just to break so we can get my L back. Assuming that's still the mechanic, which we're not even sure if it is. Or we just lost my L. Okay. Paradigm shift.
No margin for error.
Crusto Crush. I'm all about the break damage here. Right. I think I might have got that one.
Let's carve a path.
Break.
Let us stay.
That didn't bring her back. She's just gone. What is that?
Don't fall.
Okay. Well, that's some nonsense. Okay. Well, good to know. Good to know. We'll just note that one down on the what this boss does list. So that's how it makes it more difficult for phase 3. Is it just takes away a member of your party? Okay. Well, there goes my. Hey, maybe we should make it so that our party synergizes with each other. No. Because then the boss will just take them away from you. There's our counter. Okay. Phantom Stars. Hey, we're at level 3 Gradient again. Still going to do it on Luna's turn if we can, because it does more damage.
Ready to evade.
It can be done. Aha.
Now's our chance.
Okay. Skybreak.
The elements dance.
Nice. Oh, because it was light, it hit a weakness. That's cool. Okay. Lightning Dance, because it's still the most damage. Okay.
Luna, careful.
Of course. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, like, obviously, what the obvious, you know, progression from finally hitting the parry on the one that you've been missing so many times in a row is to just completely miss the parry on the easy one. That's the obvious progression here. That's how the skills should be.
Chroma
Right.
is flowing.
Okay, Crusto Crush. Okay. Well, at least it gave me a gimme.
Let's carve a path.
That's good. Phantom Stars?
Phantom stars.
Right. Tricky? I haven't seen Tricky. Okay, haven't seen that one yet.
Overflowing with energy.
I accidentally parried something in the middle of it because I thought that it was doing something else. So I got a fantastic parry off in the middle on an ability I didn't even see. That's good.
Just
Violet.
try it.
Okay. There's our counter. Strike Storm.
Time to strike.
A
That's
storm
S.
is coming.
Crusto Crush. Again, just do whatever I have to have the AP for. Okay.
Ready to evade.
Another gimme. I was going to say that before she did something, and I thought, better not.
Ready to evade.
Musical. Countered. Defiant Strike.
A storm is coming.
Tremor.
The elements
I kind of
dance.
hope that would be the kill. Lightning Dance might be,
Lightning
though.
dance.
Oh ho ho! First try! Clair's life. On turn start, if no damage taken since last turn, recover 100% health. Ho ho ho! That was good.
How is she so strong?
She's Claire's creation.
Claire? Wait!
She's trying to find a way out.
I'm sorry.
I might be misreading that, but that didn't look like she got properly destroyed. As in, she didn't have the same effect that everyone else who's been destroyed had. It looks like she's probably just been temporarily taken out. Things like that, I think, could feed more into the Verso's ending that we saw. Like, if there are entities in this world that are like Verso, that know that they cannot end until the world ends, that, I think, adds a little bit more to Verso's desire to burn it all down effectively at the end. I think that that works a little bit better, and I think if they lent into that, I would like it a lot more, because then you're seeing it from Verso's perspective. His existence as not really Verso could end at that point. I just think they hadn't built it up on what we saw. But anyway, here are all of her creations. You can see around the edges. Which I guess they all do kind of share kind of like a little nightmarish look, which makes sense given that, or from what the spirit of Verso was saying, in that they are all like, or she was making them partially to scare Verso. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Well, it's time for us to leave. For us to talk to the Verso spirit outside and see what they have to say. Maybe they'll give us some clarity. Hello, Verso spirit. Have you laid her to rest? She did that by herself. Thank you, that's what she wanted. I wish she would have listened to me. Then she wouldn't have to make this painting suffer. Painting or not, she has feelings, or she had feelings and a soul. That's what I think at least, but I know she thinks differently. For me, everything in this canvas is as much alive as what is outside. Esquire, the Gestrels, the Grandis, even Aline's paintings. I welcome them all. Painting should be a celebration. Just like music. Thank you for taking care of her. It may not be much, but would you accept a gift from me? A garment we had designed together. I can make only one. You should have it. Oh. Mael then? Yeah, Mael Lune or CL? Mael. Wonderful. Here, have this. Thank you for everything. Take care of yourself and of the paintings around you. Huh. Okay, so I guess she did... I guess I did misinterpret it, and she is laid to rest now. Let's have a look at this outfit before we do anything else. Ah, the Clair outfit. Well, yeah. Yeah, okay. Makes sense that she would have the Clair outfit. Wait, what did I have her in? Oh, I had her in Pure. Could move her to Clair, I suppose. But no. Or real Mael. Let's just go with Pure for now. Right. Let's go heal up. Then we will get ourselves ready for the real test. So, back to the continent. Now, I think we have one last thing in the game to do, which is Renoir's dream. Well, when I say one last thing in the game, I mean one last challenge in the game to do. Because we have some more to do. We got to see the other ending, assuming there aren't other endings, because I get the feeling that there were two options at the end, but they could be like two options that led to the same place. Because I got the feeling that if you went back through the painting as Verso, that was another ending, but it could be the same as Mael winning the fight ending, right? So we got those to do, and I think that, yeah, grind to level 99. I think that's it on my list. Let's fast travel to Golden Tree. And then I think this is where I'm going to end it for today. Although before I do, I am definitely just going to check something here, which is the achievement list for the game. Because we're actually very close to the end, so I can actually use it as a what haven't we done yet. 4 achievements left. Reach level 99. Find all the journals, which is defeat Simon. Find all 33 musical records, which I assume is also defeat Simon. And then +1, which could also be defeat Simon, unless it's the other ending. So actually, we're pretty much like, we're there. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.